Welcome to the SpreadX weekly financial markets preview. We're going to look at ASOS trading update on Thursday.
Yeah, AIM Superstar had a very, very strong start to the year. It sort of finally crossed £70, which was its previous all-time high that it hit back in 2014 and hadn't been able to really get near. I think it hit £77.50 or something like that in March. Really strong. Cut to like a few months later, I think that was in mid-March. I think by the start of May it fallen to £57. It lost £20 in value in only a couple of months. The main issue was with its half-year results in April. I think figures-wise, it was sort of the typical kind of numbers you'd expect from ASOS. Revenue was up 27%. I think pre-tax profit was up 10% to £29.9 million. The gross margin was up from 48.3% to 49.2%. A really strong trio of figures. However, they said that for this year and the next year, they'd be spending between £230 million and £250 million per year, which is a lot of money, and investors weren't really happy with the amount that ASOS is spending, without it necessarily seeing the huge increase in margins that they perhaps want. I think also, it was at £77. It climbed very sharp at the start of the year. I think part of it was that there was maybe only one direction ASOS was going to go with that halfway result. I'm not sure what kind of figures they could have posted to justify it being at those levels when it was already slightly on a downward trend. In terms of its update on Thursday, I guess the key thing investors are going to want to hear more on is its situation in the US. Recently, it's sort of taken another bit of a dip. It's recovered since those 57 lows, but to around the £63 mark, but it's taken a bit of a dip because the US Supreme Court ruled that the company has to pay tax on the products it sells in the US, which previously it didn't have to. I think it was Morgan Stanley said that could cost the company's, its gross profit margin in the US could be lopped off 5%, and it could also affect the company's earnings margins by 1% overall. So I think investors on Thursday want to hear an update on that, actually maybe some hard numbers in terms of how much that ruling in the US is going to affect its figures. Beyond that, I guess just sort of the usual 20% plus revenue growth that people have come to expect from ASOS. So I guess they've sort of created a rod for their own back, really, by consistently posting such numbers. And I guess with each hit of that, investors sort of want something bigger and better to justify the cost of ASOS at the moment. Yeah. So that's what our clients are doing. They're broadly buying around the £63 mark. I will say our clients tend to be always buying ASOS. It's a very, very popular stock. However, there are enough sellers around the £63 mark to suggest that an errant figure or two could drag it back towards £60.
Okay, thanks, Connor.